The highly requested Titan Pocket versus the Titan Slim from Unihertz. Of course, we got our hands on the Unihertz Titan Slim thanks to Tech Odyssey. His link or his app will be in the description. Thank you so much. This one goes back next Wednesday, so we're going to be saying goodbye to our Titan Slim until ours comes in September. I did pre-order a Titan Slim. I got in at $229. I think for a keyboard phone to at least give it a shot, support Unihertz, and I do enjoy the typing experience. I just wish the thing were a little bit bigger. This is the best key that they've put out by far, the best tactile feel, the easiest on the thumbs, but the one thing that I wanted to show that I didn't show in the keyboard comparison was I was showing the distance between them, how wide the keyboard was. And that necessarily isn't the story when it comes to the Titan Pocket versus the Titan Slim. You got to hold them like this. If you line them up properly, tough to do at this angle. Okay, but look at that. I'm getting that quite right there. It's almost a full key taller on the Titan Pocket than it is on the Titan Slim. And I put my sim back in the Titan Pocket to see how much of a difference that makes. And it makes all the difference in the world, at least to me. I don't like these keys nearly as much as I like these keys, but I still preferred the typing experience here because it was that little bit wider. I like the better grip on the device itself by just bowing out a little bit here on the sides, and also it being taller, the surface area just taking more, the keys being bigger themselves. It just made for a much better typing experience than this, which this just feels cramped. It's the bottom 20% of the device that they put 4 rows in there. And it's narrow because they wanted to go for that slim form factor. And it just, without the case, it feels kind of cramped in. I was a little concerned because the pre-order didn't seem to include the case. And it wasn't even an add-on bonus. It wasn't anything like that. They give you that leather holster, which I did add for $25, which is at least nice. You could get that 90s feel like we talk about, that button-up polo khakis at minimum. Put your Titan Slim on your belt going out to that summer barbecue, end of summer barbecue, looking like the coolest person there. But I didn't see the case. It said screen protector. Maybe they just didn't label it. Maybe they because it comes installed on the device. That's what they're counting. I hope so, because this device, this case, makes, like I said in the full review, makes all the difference in the world. Makes it wider, easier to hold, better grip, so it feels like you're not gripping the device. You don't have to put a death grip on it because it is a little slippery with just the plastic. But if you're asking me to compare the typing experiences, I still stand by liking the typing experience on the Titan Pocket more, even though I really, really, really wish it had these keys. Because after going back and typing on this, it's a little on the hard side. It's a little mushy. Some people were saying they get fatigued when they type on the Titan Pocket. And I understand that. Heavier typing. But the surface area that you get makes the difference. But this is you just glide on these keys. Just the right amount of pressure, actuation pressure on these. So that certainly is a shame. If we could marry these two devices somehow in the future, Unihertz, if you're listening, give us this key and this key switch on a form factor like this, or the OG Titan like a Pi, or a slider like a Priv type thing. But keep up with this development with this key. Just give it to us in a slightly different form factor. Other advantages for the Titan Slim, because I know a lot of people pre-ordered anyway. And I'll tell you this. The social media experience is better on the Titan Slim. Okay? Because you're getting actual keys. You're getting a full post, which is way different than you're getting here. Even though the display is narrow and you don't get the experience that you'd want normally with a lot of different apps, it still comes in better than the Titan Pocket, because when you go on Twitter with the Titan Pocket, you are dealing with half posts, barely being able to see an entire tweet. If you go into an Instagram post, you can't see the entire thing, even with the compatibility mode. So with the Titan Slim, you're at least, even though it has compatibility issues with a lot of different apps, on social media, you're at least getting an entire post. You could see the entire tweet and then interact with it. You could see the entire post on Instagram and see the underneath and the description and the comments and all the rest of it, which is a significant difference. I still would prefer, that being said, my Titan Pocket, because we don't get these devices for the most part for social media. We don't get them for Twitter. We don't get them for a lot of different things. I think we get them for typing, text, email, simple phone functions, maybe a little bit of web browser functionality. And in my mind, I really like the Titan Pocket for that. That to me is something that I prefer because this leans into what it is. This device understands where its place in the world really is, and it leans into that. It doesn't try to be something that it's not meant to be. When you slap a keyboard on a phone in 2022, you immediately put yourself into a certain category, and the Unihertz Titan Pocket understands that. The Unihertz Titan Slim is still confused about that. It wants to be a keyboard phone, but gives you some functionality of a regular Android. It wants to be a keyboard phone, but be a little bit more media friendly, be a little bit more YouTube or Twitch friendly, and all the rest of that stuff. That's not what you're getting or what you're looking for when you're getting these devices. And when you talk about people who are looking for BlackBerry replacements, did you do a ton of that stuff on your Passport or your Classic rather? Now, I understand that Twitter was better optimized on BB10 for keyboard phones, but it's not an experience that you're going to get here. If you're looking for just typing and email and text and calls and basic stuff, then this device is confused. This device is not one that you're going to want solely for that when comparing it to something like the Titan Pocket. The Titan Pocket, you could get an entire email on there. You get a wider display, which I think is more important on this. You get a more, you say pocketable device, but that's up to debate because it's still quite bulky. But you get a device that you can get a firm grip on. 40% of the device is keyboard, roughly. So that's something that I look to. Keyboard ratio when you're just trying to be a keyboard phone. If you want something that's got a bigger screen that might be better for social media than the OG Titan is probably better for you. And you're certainly going to have a decent typing experience on that, which how wide it is. But this phone, the Titan Slim, is kind of caught in between those two things. It didn't quite know what it wanted to be when it grew up, and it shows. It shows. It shows in the design language. It shows into how much surface area they actually gave to the keyboard. It shows into the kind of halfway nature it does social media, and halfway nature of the compatibility of the Android apps with a display that's this kind of goofy, where you took the problems of the Key 2 and then you go ahead and make the device even narrower than that when you know people had compatibility issues. It wasn't severe because it was still a 4.5-inch display, I believe, on the Key 2. So we weren't talking anything game-breaking. But you take that and you push it even further by making this device even slimmer. Yeah, sure, it makes YouTube and media consumption, you're watching Netflix, a little bit easier. Turn it on its side and you get that as opposed to a Titan Pocket or an OG Titan. That's fine. But are you getting this device for that? Really? You're going to be a media maven? You're going to really just consume all the media possible on a 720p display, which isn't the best in the world. It's not the worst. Gets sharp-ish. The colors aren't the best, but they're not the worst either. It's meant for a text typing experience. It's not meant to do social media that well. It's not meant to do your Twitch and your Amazon Prime Video and your Netflix that well. So if you're somebody who's just in this for a keyboard, and I think that's all that should be left. If you're looking for a BlackBerry, this is not it. If you're looking for an Android device, there's a heck of a lot more out there for roughly the same price, and we're talking maybe double the performance for the same price. If you're looking for a keyboard device, a keyboard phone where the keyboard is the center and focus of the device, the Titan Pocket does that better than the Titan Slim. Both with notification LEDs though, which I missed. I didn't mention that in the review, and that was a bad omission because I really love having a notification LED again, and it's something that you look across. I've said this before. You look across the room and try to identify those little notification bubbles and always on display. You can't do it. But if you see a light flashing green, white, red, whatever it happens to be, I can tell you what program that was, what email account that was even, when you're looking at a notification LED as opposed to an always on display. Bottom line, looking for a keyboard phone, that understands what it is, not trying to be something that it shouldn't be, then the Titan Pocket is for you. This was a uniquely Unihertz design. They leaned into their design language and came up with something that understood it was a keyboard phone. The Titan Slim does not do that. This does not know what it wants to be. It wants to be a little bit of everything. And when you try to be a little bit of everything, when you try to please everybody, you wind up pleasing nobody. If you've made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. LongIslandWatch.com. Mark's he had a cool blue one that he just released. Actually, it was a part of a contest that he did on his channel. But go ahead and check that out. We'll include a link to that in the description. Until next time, have that Steve-alicious day.